Yeah, I mean, yeah, I try to, I try to like I said, it took me like, you know, I started taking some therapy and stuff like that. And I don't want to be mad and bitter about what someone else decides to do with their life. Cause I do, like I said, you know, I hold no one accountable. I don't hold Keisha and Pam nor Total nor Puff accountable for mine. So I just didn't like how she did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it just didn't really, it just don't add up. It just don't make sense. It just, like, so for me, I was just like, why are you doing this? Like, but she has the right to do whatever she wants.
Yeah, I think when I spoke with Mike and Slim, I told him that I was a therapist, and Mike talked about how he had to go through therapy and stuff, and I think a lot of us don't understand what it is like being in the limelight like yourselves, and either being dropped or taking the adulation away, and how that affects your identity in a sense. Some have the family structure and a new sense of purpose that sort of bridges that, but others find it hard to settle and still need that. Were you able to talk that through, and in order to get the right type of balance so that it did not become an issue that has affected other people?
Um, I wouldn't say I always was in a space where I thought that through where it didn't become an issue for other people. It's just that I didn't know what, like I'm a type of person where I'm like, I'm just gonna move on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. Like, I'm just gonna move on. And I know recently a lot of things kind of like I've been able to talk about it and express myself about some of the things of how I felt back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no, I wasn't always in that space. I'm more kind of internalized it more.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those are yeah. Then those yeah. We try and teach people to externalize a lot because it's a lot of yeah. It avoids self harm. It avoids the constant thinking, and you're trying to distract yourself by doing sort of some risky things in order to distract because it's still going around your mind and stuff. Would you just advise people to, because especially us of color, we kind of run away from talking and help. We always think put on a brave face, but would you advise anyone that's struggling to reach out and get help and
Oh,
talk?
definitely. No, definitely talk. Like, and and make sure you're talking to, like, because I'm not gonna say I didn't talk about some of these things, but I was talking to the wrong people about it. You know what I'm saying? And um, so find you a therapist, somebody that's non-biased, and just pour your heart out, because I know it helped me. It helped me. Like, and I definitely was one of those who grew up with a parent who told me to pray about everything, and that's what I and not that prayer does not fix things, but sometimes it's just saying things out loud and just kind of talking about it and kind of speaking to somebody that's, like I said, non-biased to you, your whole situation in your life, and just hearing a different perspective kind of makes you sit back and be like, oh, like, okay, like, it will be good. So
Yeah, no, thank you for that because October is mental health awareness, and I'm going to use part of this to really push mental health awareness because that's what I say. I'm a mental health therapist, and unfortunately, within our Black community, even here in the UK, we're the most amount of people locked up in the mental health institutions, but with the least amount that actually come for support and see
yeah,
therapists. So 99% of my patients are white. Um,
right.
and so it is something that I'm really pushing to the community that we're not telling you to abandon church and God, and talking to the pastor, but we're actually just trying to say, get an independent person just to talk and understand, and who's not going to always say, yeah, you're right, but just to be able to balance it out. So that's why it was good to have you say that, so that I can, if it could happen to Kima, who is a recording artist, it can happen to any of us. So that's really helpful. Thank you for that.
No, definitely. Like, and communication is key. Knowing how to communicate, because I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to like kind of like express myself or whatever, because like you say, you grow up in certain environments and you see certain things. And for me, communication always led to, like, I grew up with this, my dad was British, he was hot-headed, like, so it was just like, to me, like, I never could really find my balance. It was either here or here. So I'm learning to be able to express myself, without the emotions, or I'm learning to not react, because I was very reactive for a long time.
And you've had to spend most of your teenage and growing year in a spotlight around in industry people and as well. So you didn't have,
Yeah, very guarded. I'm still very guarded. Like, yeah, very guarded.
I begin to